Blessing code 999, the bloodline betrayal is being rewritten into legacy restoration. Now, listen deeply, you are going to rise in a way that terrifies those who doubted you. But don't look back to prove anything to them. Every person who doubted your intuition will now have to admit you were right. Everyone who followed the lies of the one who cursed you will wish they hadn't. You are stepping into a new spiritual territory where curses have no access. The gates that once felt shut are opening because the chain is broken. This isn't just the end of their curse, it's the beginning of your command. Archangel Michael says, those who thought they could stain your destiny with shadows are now blinded by your light. Let the divine winds carry your name into rooms of power, into spaces of influence, into territories meant only for you. And know this, they're going to hear about your success from someone else's mouth. They won't be able to stop it. Blessing code 111, your name is being carried by angels to places where your bloodline never expected. Let this message anchor your strength. Let it calm the doubt. Let it awaken your deepest clarity. The person with stained hands is now feeling the burn of truth. Their ritual is reversing. You are protected. You are rising. You are not alone. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, what once was whispered in shadows is now echoing in light. The person who shares your blood and betrayed your path is beginning to feel the spiritual consequences. You may not see their punishment, but you will witness their silence as their plans fall apart one by one. They underestimated your spiritual protection. They thought because you were kind, you were unaware. But heaven watches even when you don't speak, and now heaven is responding with swift correction. What they set in motion is returning to them multiplied. Not by your hands, but by divine law. What they tried to delay will now haunt them in sleepless nights and restless thoughts. You will feel lighter in the coming days. That strange heaviness you've carried? It wasn't yours. It was the energy they sent, clinging to your aura, trying to wear you down. Blessing code 232, your aura is now sealed with light, no shadow can attach to it anymore. As the truth continues to surface, you may begin to notice certain people pulling away. Don't chase them. Let them go. Their silence is a confirmation, not a loss. Some of them were in quiet alliance with the one who tried to curse your progress. They didn't stop the curse, they watched it. And now, heaven is moving them out of your way. Your spiritual team has decided to isolate your path for purification. This is not punishment, it's preparation. You are being cleansed from every link, soul tie, and attachment that could pull you down. There will be moments where the silence feels loud. Where you wonder why no one checks on you. That is when God is hiding you from the eyes of those who would envy your next blessing. Blessing code 303, divine isolation always precedes public elevation. You are stepping into a realm where your name carries weight. That's why the curse had to be revealed. That's why the hands that cast it had to be exposed. This isn't the first time this person tried to block you. But this time, they went too far. They attempted to tap into ancient spirits, unaware that your ancestors were watching and waiting to strike back. The spiritual court has ruled. The sentence is clear. Everything they spoke over your life will now reflect in theirs. You may start hearing about strange occurrences in their life. Loss of control. Loss of peace. Loss of influence. Do not rejoice. Stay still. That is heaven balancing the scales. Blessing code 414, the scales are tipping in your favor, Justice is not delayed, it's divine. You are entering a time where things will align faster than you ever expected. The delays you faced were supernatural, but now that the block is broken, divine acceleration begins. What was supposed to take months will happen in weeks. What felt like closed doors will now swing wide open. The people who once ignored you will now seek your presence. Your voice is rising in frequency. Your vision is sharpening. Your gifts are reactivating. You'll feel the shift physically. You may feel tingles in your hands, warmth in your chest, or pressure on your forehead. These are not health symptoms, they are divine signs. Archangel Michael says, "You are now carrying a sacred charge that cannot be interfered with by blood or bone. Your DNA is being spiritually upgraded." Blessing code 515, a higher calling is awakening inside your being, step into it boldly. This shift may separate you further from those who don't understand. Let them misunderstand. Let them think you've changed, because you have. You are no longer moving from fear or survival. You are moving from divine instruction. You are no longer begging for support, you are standing in alignment. They wanted to keep you small. They tried to make you doubt your own strength. But the truth has been activated in your bones. Now the spiritual realm bows when you speak. Now angels march when you move. You are no longer in hiding. You are no longer cursed. You are commissioned. Blessing code 616, you are walking in prophetic fulfillment, the war over your life has been won. From this moment on, speak differently. Walk differently. Plan differently. Because nothing they did can touch where you're headed. Their hands are stained, but your path is golden. Their rituals failed, but your anointing is rising. Their silence is their guilt. Their avoidance is their exposure. And their distance is a sign that their spirit can no longer breathe around your light. What once caused confusion is now giving birth to clarity. You are going to speak what once you were too afraid to name. Blessing code 727, your voice is becoming your sword, use it with wisdom and boldness. Archangel Michael says, prepare for divine confirmations. You'll start seeing things you once dreamed of. Random calls. Unexpected opportunities. Hidden resources. You'll find favor where you were once forgotten. You'll walk into rooms that were once locked. You'll be invited into circles that once ignored your presence. But stay grounded. Do not become proud. Stay holy. Stay aware. Stay protected. Because even though this curse is broken, there are still eyes watching your journey. Jealousy does not rest. But neither does divine protection. You are surrounded now. You are armored now. And every step you take will be monitored by angelic power. Blessing code 838, every eye meant to harm you will now witness your rising and be silenced. This is your restoration season. This is your return. The betrayal was deep, but the blessing will be deeper. They tried to rewrite your story with their poison. But heaven re-inked your pages with purpose. You are unstoppable, not because of pride, but because of promise. You are untouchable, not because of ego, but because of covenant. And as you rise, do it with honor. Because every throne comes with a test. And you have passed yours. Their hands may be stained. But your spirit is clean. Their name may fade. But yours is about to echo. Blessing code 919, you will be remembered not for the curse against you, but for the grace that followed. Now walk boldly. Speak intentionally. Create fearlessly. Love wisely. And let them feel the silence of the divine when their name is not called during your victory. They had a chance to stand with you. Instead, they stood against you. And now the universe is rearranging the table. Your name is not stained. Your progress is no longer blocked. Your inheritance is untouched. This was your warning, but it is also your awakening. The curse is broken. The storm is past. You are chosen. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, "The silence that follows your awakening is not emptiness, it is sacred space." This is the divine pause before the world begins to echo your name again. You are not just being protected, you are being reintroduced to the world as someone untouchable by shadow and undeniable in light. The one with stained hands thought the silence would be your end. But the silence became your shield. They mistook your isolation for defeat, but you were being armed with insight, wisdom, and divine clarity. Soon, you will notice their discomfort around you. They will avoid eye contact. Their smile will be strained. Their spirit will tremble when yours enters the room because truth recognizes guilt before a word is spoken. Your energy now holds divine fire. It purifies, it exposes, and it transforms. This is why they cannot be near you anymore. Blessing code 828, your frequency is now too high for betrayal to hide within. Even now, their world is shifting. The very things they wanted to block for you are slipping from their grasp. The deals they made behind closed doors are unraveling. The alliances they counted on are weakening. They are beginning to realize something is wrong, but they won't admit it. They'll say it's bad luck or strange coincidences. But you will know. You will know it is justice. And it's only beginning. The truth is rising like smoke from fire, impossible to hide. Those who once stood with them will feel it too. There will be confessions. Unexpected calls. Sudden apologies. Not all are genuine, discern wisely. Archangel Michael says, "You will know the difference between repentance and manipulation." Do not let their guilt trick you back into a bond that heaven just severed. Blessing code 939, when the truth is revealed, let wisdom decide your response, not emotion. You are no longer obligated to carry the pain of blood betrayal. You are no longer responsible for healing the person who hurt you. Your only responsibility is to walk in your divine authority and protect the purpose God placed inside you. They had access to you through trust, but that access has expired. Heaven revoked it the moment they used your name in the presence of darkness. You are being positioned now for a life they never thought you'd reach. You are about to experience blessings that even your prayers didn't dare ask for. Why? Because your pain paid the price for this level. The curse they sent elevated your anointing. The opposition became your confirmation. The betrayal was the prophecy in disguise. Blessing code 404, you are not missing anything, what's ahead is greater than what was taken. Now your angels are waiting on your next move. Walk with strategy. Speak with intention. Plan with boldness. Your ideas are going to flow with divine speed. Your creativity will ignite suddenly. You'll find that what once took hours will now come easily, with clarity and excellence. This is not random. This is recompense. The person with stained hands will hear about your name in places they never imagined. They will see you being celebrated. They will witness doors open for you that they once prayed would close. In the silence between you, That is sacred now. Do not break it for guilt. Do not respond out of pity. What they sent nearly destroyed you. Now let their silence destroy their illusion. Blessing Code 555. Divine boundaries are sacred walls. Do not lower them for familiar faces. You are rising now with spiritual authority. You will start feeling things before they happen. You'll hear truth between the words people speak. You'll sense betrayal before it acts. That's not paranoia, it's discernment sharpened by warfare. Your circle will shrink again before it expands with quality. Let the shrinking happen. God is making room for only the pure, the aligned, the holy. You are not walking into this next chapter with anyone who had access to the curse. Only those who are assigned to your calling will remain. Archangel Michael says, "You have completed the hardest part of your spiritual trial. Now comes the divine reward. But be warned, when your light increases, new shadows may try to form. But you are no longer who you were before. You are awakened. Armed. Unshakable." Blessing Code 616. The final attack has passed. Now comes the prophetic peace. The heavens are releasing new contracts, new covenants, and new alignments for your journey. The curse didn't kill your destiny, it activated a deeper version of it. You'll soon realize why the betrayal had to happen. Because without it, you would have settled for less. You would have trusted too easily. You would have built on unstable ground. Now, you are building from revelation. Now, you are leading from experience. Now, you are protected by divine fire. Someone who shares your blood tried to curse your progress in secret. Their hands are stained. Archangel Michael says, "Something is stirring in the hidden corners of your lineage, and it has come to light just in time. You were never supposed to know this, not this soon, not this clearly. But heaven has seen the shadow behind the smile, and the curse that was spoken in silence is now trembling under divine exposure. The wind has whispered your name in the chambers of angels, and they gathered urgently. They saw the mark of betrayal not from an outsider, but from someone who shares your blood. Their intentions were never spoken aloud, but their spirit twisted in envy when your light began to grow. This person didn't attack you in front of others. They used old words, ancestral poison, and ancient energy to speak against your journey. What they did was masked as concern, as family loyalty, but inside their heart was a storm of jealousy. They felt threatened because your success would reflect their failures. So they tried to interfere with what was meant for you. In the invisible realm, they threw chains at your future, hoping it would slow your rise. Blessing Code 333. The curse breaks when your awareness awakens. Archangel Michael says, "Your spirit was strong enough to feel something was off even before you understood where it was coming from. That moment when things started going strangely quiet, when doors paused halfway open, yes, that was the interference. The stain they placed was invisible but not without consequences. It's not just what they said with their lips, it's what they believed in their heart. That someone so close, someone who carries the same legacy, could hold such bitterness is a wound in itself. But now that the wound is exposed, it can be sealed with heavenly fire. This is not just about protection anymore. It's about reclamation. You are stepping into what is rightfully yours, and their curse, though secretly cast, will fall apart under the authority of divine light. They hoped your delay would become permanent. But your delay was merely a divine pause, not a defeat. Their hands are stained, and now they are being revealed. Blessing Code 444. What was buried against you will be unearthed in your favor. There's more than just one moment where they tried to harm you. They did it in patterns. They used their words like sharp glass, hidden beneath blessings. They said things to others in your family, trying to make you look like the villain. When you struggled, they pretended to console you, but in truth, they were relieved. When you succeeded, they never celebrated, you noticed, but you buried it deep. That inner knowing you tried to silence? It was your spiritual radar screaming the truth. This isn't just jealousy. It's spiritual sabotage. They've been walking in a double life, hugging you and hexing you. But Archangel Michael has stepped in, because the cost of their secret hate is too high now. The heavens saw what they did when they thought no one was watching. And justice doesn't always shout, it whispers, then strikes. The time of striking has come. Blessing Code 555, Divine Justice is in motion, the spirit realm is rearranging everything. You must understand that your breakthrough was not denied, only delayed by what they tried to twist. But delays don't delete destinies. Your favor is not something that can be cancelled by cursed bloodlines. Your ancestors cried out from realms beyond when they saw what was done. They pleaded on your behalf. And so heaven responded. The chain was found, the spell was decoded, and the energy behind their smile was stripped bare. Archangel Michael says, the person who tried to harm you is now spiritually exposed. Their energy is restless. They sense that their secret ritual did not work as they hoped. That mirror they used, that thread, that muttered chant in the dark, it's all been shattered. What was spoken in secrecy will soon echo in public. There will be a strange silence in the room when the truth starts surfacing. You won't even have to speak. The eyes around you will begin to see on their own. Blessing Code 666, those who stood against your light will be blinded by their own lies. They visited a place not meant for good intentions. They met someone who gave them instructions on how to stall your progress. They took something that belonged to you, a picture, an item, a name, and used it without your consent. They whispered your name with a mouth full of envy. They asked for your joy to be blocked. But now, the spiritual court has reversed every word they offered. Their intentions are crumbling. Their alliances are turning on them. What they tried to weave is unraveling. You might feel exhausted not knowing why things were so hard lately. You fought shadows and delays that didn't make sense. But now, every missing piece is forming a pattern. Blessing Code 717, the pattern has been revealed, now the reversal begins. They wanted people to see you as unstable. They hoped your mind would spiral. But it didn't. You were spiritually wired for this moment, even though you didn't know it. The same person who laughed about your delays will now cry when your elevation is seen. Their hands that tried to curse are now shaking with regret. Don't confront them. Don't try to prove anything. Let the divine evidence unfold naturally. The power you hold is not in revenge, it is in rising anyway. Archangel Michael says, when blood turns against blood, the truth becomes louder than loyalty. Heaven is not blind to treachery just because it's covered in family titles. Your table is being set in front of them. They will see everything they tried to stop becoming your reality. Their pride will force them to smile, but their soul will feel the weight of what they tried to sabotage. Blessing Code 888, every hidden plot is being overturned by heavenly design. The road ahead is finally clearing. You may still feel the residue of the curse, but it's fading fast. Your dreams will become clearer, your energy stronger, your mind freer. You are not just being healed. You are being upgraded. The pain they caused will be repurposed into power. You were never weak. You were being tested. But the time for test is over, the time for triumph is here. Watch for signs in threes. You may see 3 crows, hear 3 knocks, or notice 3 repeating numbers. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. Your voice is becoming sharper. Your instincts louder. Your wisdom deeper. The ones who used to see you as ordinary will now wonder who you became. Let them wonder. Because their hands are still stained, but yours are now marked by glory. Blessing code 727, the mark of betrayal is being replaced with the seal of divine authority. From this moment forward, don't even speak of the betrayal unless heaven leads you to. Let your elevation be your evidence. Let your peace be your power. The stained hands of the one who tried to curse your progress will never again hold the pen to your story. You are walking forward into blessings that were long overdue, into favor that has been unlocked, into a timeline that was protected for such a time as this. Watch what unfolds in the next 33 days. The evidence will be undeniable. Prepare your home. Prepare your name. Prepare your soul. You are entering a chapter written by heaven's own hand. And their curse? It has already returned to sender. Permanently. Eternally. Irreversibly. You are free. You are favored. You are rising. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, "The story is not over, it is only beginning now that the weight of betrayal has been lifted." Every delay, every blockage, every odd silence and failed opportunity was tied to that hidden curse. But now, with the stain revealed and heaven's judgment passed, you are standing in a realm where miracles flow without restriction. You may feel a quiet fire inside your chest. That is your divine strength returning. That is your soul remembering what it was like before the sabotage began. This strength is different. It isn't loud. It doesn't scream. But it commands attention from realms above and below. Your dreams are now recalibrating. Where once they were chaotic, they will now bring signs. You'll wake up with clarity. You'll hear names, see faces, and understand intentions. These are not ordinary dreams, they are divine briefings. Blessing code 373, your dreams will now become messages of protection and direction. You'll also begin to see repetitive signs, numbers, animals, strange coincidences. This is your new language with the divine. Pay attention. Nothing from this point forward will be random. Every time you see one of these signs, know that it means the curse has not just lifted, it has reversed. Their wish for your downfall is becoming their own lesson. Do not return to old versions of yourself. You are not obligated to keep explaining your growth. Those who cannot handle your rise were never meant to walk beside it. The person with stained hands will hear about your blessings through unexpected voices. They will watch what you are building in silence explode with sudden attention. And it will be too late for them to pretend they were rooting for you. Blessing code 484, those who plotted your pause will witness your rise without access. Let them watch. Let them regret. But do not stop. Do not look back. Every second from now is holy. Every minute carries favor. Every hour advances your destiny. Your healing will begin to show through your face, your posture, your energy. People will ask what changed. They won't realize the curse broke. They won't see the spiritual battle you endured and won. But the light they see glowing around you will speak louder than your words. And the person who tried to stop that glow? Their own spirit will be dimmed by what they attempted. They are now at war with themselves. They tried to send harm but triggered judgment. And judgment doesn't need your help, it moves with divine authority. Blessing Code 575. Divine judgment is active, your only job now is to continue walking in purpose. Do not think this story ends with exposure. Exposure was the beginning. Now comes exaltation. You will be lifted publicly, not to prove anything to them, but because heaven needs your voice in higher places. The platform that was denied to you will open without effort. The audience that ignored you will now seek you. The impact you were born for is arriving, precisely because the curse has been turned to fuel. You'll begin to notice favor in unusual places. People you don't even know will help you. Doors will open faster than you can process. You'll feel undeserving at times. Don't shrink. Don't question it. This is not a reward for perfection, it is a restoration for what was stolen. Blessing Code 686. Restoration is never logical, it is divine compensation. Every act of harm they tried has now become an investment into your testimony. The people who stood behind the one with stained hands will now begin to turn away quietly. Their energy can no longer stand next to yours. Their conversations will change. Their tone will shift. They won't know why, but you will. And in this quiet unraveling, you will see the truth. No curse can outlive your calling. They underestimated what would happen if heaven stood up for you. They thought they were fighting a person. But they were fighting your prophecy. And prophecy cannot be erased. Blessing Code 797. Your prophecy has outlived the plot against you. Don't fear what's next. You are not alone. You have angels assigned to this next season. Not just to protect, but to propel. You'll find unusual speed in your steps. Projects that used to feel stuck will now feel easy. Relationships will align with no force. Finances will begin to surprise you. This is not magic. This is mercy. This is what happens when God corrects injustice without needing your revenge. The person who tried to delay you will now witness your deliverance. Their hands are stained, and everyone who once overlooked the signs will begin to question everything. Your glow will make them rethink the rumors. Your success will silence the gossip. Your peace will shame their predictions. Blessing Code 808. The very lies they spread will become ladders to your elevation. Now, this is your divine assignment. Do not explain your next level to those who tried to contain you. Do not lower your light for anyone who feared your shine. Do not accept apologies that come without accountability. Your silence is sacred. Your distance is protection. Your future is fire. Let your actions speak. Let your consistency shine. Let your presence carry authority.